Say what needs to be said. It's your boy Sante, Mr. Pick Six Salmon, back with another episode. Lamar Jackson. Like I said in my previous episode, I like to compare Lamar Jackson to Allen Iverson. They both are streaky players, playing in streaks. You know, sometimes hot and other times cold. But against the Lions, Lamar Jackson was Allen Iverson in 2001. If y'all don't remember, when Allen Iverson led the Sixers to the NBA championship, that's what Lamar Jackson reminded me of against the Lions. He was phenomenal. He looked beautiful out there. He looked poised. He looked like he was commanding the offense. He looked like he is ready to lead this team to glory, right? But this is one of those games, no matter what you did to Lamar Jackson, he couldn't be stopped. All of his God-given abilities were on full display. I mean, his arm, his legs, his speed, man, everything. But let me tell you what the difference is. The difference in this game, what I seen as Lamar Jackson's approach to other games is he looked to pass first. You hear that? Lamar Jackson looked to pass first and run second. And when he used his greatest asset, it wasn't to run to make more yards. He was using his legs to extend plays and give his receivers a chance to get open, right? When the pressure's on, he was feeling the pressure from the left to the right, up the middle, but he was very, very poised, right? He didn't look to just run and take off. He didn't panic. He would extend the plays by backing up and moving forward or moving left and moving right. And then if he needed to take off, he would take off. But he was being very productive. He was gelling with his offense it's coming together very, very smooth. 343 yards and 3 TDs was his best game in a long time, especially last year, right? He threw for more yards than any game he had last year. We know last year he was going through a lot and he only played, about 6 games. You know, he was going through injury, he was going through the contract situation. So we know a lot that he was going through. But Todd Monken he put together a good game plan. It seems like Todd Monken understands exactly who Lamar Jackson is and how to use him effectively, right? Because that game plan against the Lions, it gelled and it was beautiful. I mean, rolling out to the left, rolling out, bootleg, right? Quarterback draws, high-low. You high-lowing the defense, the safeties, and the receiver. I remember the number 31, what is his name? I can't forget it. Man, Robinson or something like that. He bit on the high-low, and Lamar Jackson threw it right behind him and replaced it. And it was a beautiful display in that first half, especially, man. I was very impressed with Lamar. But we all played Madden. I haven't played in Madden in a long time. Lamar Jackson, he was a 99 on Madden in every category against the Lions. Every category. I'm talking about agility, awareness, accuracy, speed, toughness. I mean, you name it, being a winner, everything. I haven't played in a while. So whatever categories Madden started with to now, he is 99 in every category, right? Now here, you heard it here first. I don't know who said it first, but you heard it here most recent. And say what needs to be said. If Lamar Jackson continues to play to this level of consistency moving forward, he will be the leading candidate for the most valuable player in the NFL. The MVP race will be sold up because Lamar Jackson is awesome. All the top teams and people that maybe your front runners for the MVP, the Miami Dolphins, you got Tua and the Tyreek, then you got San Fran. There's a lot of time left for Lamar Jackson to make his stamp on this year and show the league that, he can be the most valuable player. It's enough time. The schedule has enough quality games, and there's enough time. I think they're 5-2 after the day, 4-2, whatever. So there's enough time for him to show, right? But we can't also forget about the Ravens' defense because they was phenomenal as well. They was all over the place collectively as a team, just overwhelming the Lions' offense, right? They gave them hell, only giving up 6 points. Now, when you give up 6 points in the NFL against anybody, that's an awesome game. And we know they could have gave up 0 points, but once you have a 35-point lead, it's not too much you can do, right? But you gave up 6 points, then Jared Goff didn't have any answers specifically in the first half. I mean, that first half, like I said, it was like the Baltimore Ravens were in postseason form, the way they played. And it was amazing because he didn't have an answer. They couldn't do anything. And even if they did a little something, it was just like cut down immediately, right? Then all of a sudden, he seemed to be who we thought they would be, the Lions, the old Lions. Because we hear all the hype and we know Aaron Rodgers is gone and now they are leading the division. So we're running with this hype. Are they who we think they are, right? Because Jared and the offense couldn't do much on, the Ravens in the first half when they were able, but when they were able to make positive plays, they couldn't convert them to touchdowns. So anytime, the first half and the second half, they would get anything positive going, they couldn't convert it to touchdowns or field goals. They had a couple of times they went for a fourth down and stuff like that, but they couldn't convert. The Ravens defense basically looked too big and physical for the Lions. It was just a physically dominant match on one side of the ball. Yeah, you might have gained a lot of yards and, been productive, but when it counted on third down, 4 for 14 or 5 for 14 or something like that. So that's what I mean. When it counted, when it was time to score a touchdown, when it was time to get a first down, the Raven defense knew situational football. They knew how to play and fly around and make plays. The Ravens they have deeply rooted tradition about playing defense. So you never have to worry about the defense not coming to play football as a Raven, because that's never going to happen. That's in their blood, no matter where you come from and drafted there. It's in the air. It's in the atmosphere. But are the Lions playing a serious trick on us? Are they this good team that we think they are? Or did they just have a good run? It's no doubt in my mind that they will make the playoffs because of the schedule. It's easy to overcome their schedule, like I say, with Aaron Rodgers going and the Bears and, probably one of the easiest divisions out, right? But I don't see anything stopping them from making the playoff. But that's just one part of it. But I can see them advancing based on the teams that they got to play and the schedule. So I see them making the playoffs. But if they make it to the playoffs, yeah, you consider a team that makes it to the playoffs a good team. But just because you make it to the playoffs, are you really a good team? If the schedule and the division is set up for you, that's what it seems like for the Lions, right? I want to see. Like I said, no doubt in my mind that they're going to make it to the playoffs. But what will they do when they make it to the playoffs? And I can't see them moving past the first round, right? I can see the Lions losing 4 or 5 more games. I think they'll be one of the overrated teams in the NFL, in the NFC, right? But definitely a different team than last year. But I don't know if they deserve top 5 respect, like maybe I said previously or other people, because this game right here was a real game and a tough game against a good opponent to show that you are ready to compete, and they wasn't able to show that against the Ravens. They were running division, like I said, but after that, I don't see the Lions making too much noise or say what needs to be said.